Midnight Who Extra, and it is another Doctor Who series finale, again written by Steven Moffat, everyone's favorite writer for Doctor Who. Let's talk about the finale, part 1, which is World Enough in Time, which was a pretty tense episode. And it's this episode that, usually as you know on this channel, we keep our reviews a little spoiler-free, as much as we can. We still let things slip. But this one, it's going to be a lot of spoilers, because this episode, if I didn't have anything to talk about, this video would just be showing you this. Which I don't think you guys want. Maybe you do. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I need a guest host again. It's been weeks since I reviewed an episode without guest host. But unfortunately, the Watcher went off the grid. Which I don't know where he's went. But I think I kind of put a sonic chip in his head a long time ago. He doesn't know it. And hopefully he's not doing anything crazy. And maybe I can finally find him with my sonic screwdriver. So see if that works. Make sure the green setting. That should work. Watcher, are you out there?
Hello, discombobulated voice in my head that sounds oddly like the professor.
Oh, we finally found you. I knew that sonic chip in your head would come into advantage some days.
My what?
We put a sonic chip in your head.
No wonder I hear voices.
Yeah, sometimes the collector doesn't turn his sonic off.
Oh.
But where are you at? Did I put you in the freeze zone again?
Yeah.
I should have brought you back.
Long ago.
How's it been? You've been gone for a while. How's it been in the freeze zone?
Cold.
Well, yeah, but luckily you get Doctor Who still there, right?
Some episodes.
Well,
I haven't gotten one in a while, but I just got this one that was on last night.
Well, luckily that was the finale.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the finale of Doctor Who, and well, I wanted someone else to talk to, so you want to talk about it a little bit? I got notes.
You mean like that was the last episode?
Well, next week is.
Oh, okay, so there's one more. Good.
But we already think it's going to end pretty interesting.
Well, after they killed off the companion, yeah.
Whoa! See? Already spoiled the episode. Yeah, great job. So let's kick it off with starting talking about the opening credits, or the pre-title sequence, which I think was the most unique Doctor Who has ever done. Because it's the Doctor falling to the ground and regenerating.
Well, he wasn't actually regenerating.
Sort.
He just had the regenerative light.
Yes, and he's just like, no! Oh wait, that was like Star Wars with Darth Vader on the ground.
Yeah.
Wait, we don't, there we go. We did not say that. We did not just do something. Oh yeah, the no thing from Star Wars. No! That was a great reference we just made, isn't it?
Yes.
We are
desperate.
So what did you think of that? Did it really get you hooked or wondering what the heck is going on?
Considering I haven't watched any of the last episodes, I wondered if I missed something from them, and I was just like seeing the end of the Doctor for some reason, and I didn't know why.
You're probably like, what? What's going on? This should make no sense.
And then I heard you go, what in the... and I realized that I was insane. But I guess it wasn't insane.
So this episode, of course, is the Doctor on this. Doctor is trying to see how Missy is being good, which is kind of interesting. And they go answer a distress call. And that distress call leads to some very unfortunate events. A series, you may say, of unfortunate events. And
Bazinga!
We should be called Midnight Who references at this point. And I'll do one more reference at the end, just for the you, okay?
So the Doctor, the Doctor Who, which is actually Missy, Nardole, and Bill all exit the TARDIS and enter into what appears to be a control room.
Yep.
They look around and a camera looks at them. So the Missy acts all cocky.
Which I like.
Bill acts kind of like...
I didn't want to be here.
Exactly, and Nardole's just kind of looking around trying to figure out what's going on.
Shiny lights! And Nardole's the tech guy, I guess.
Yeah, apparently. And they realize there's a black hole above them.
Ooh, black hole.
So they decide that today it's time that they have to figure out what's going on.
Yep.
And then a blue guy shows up.
Papa Smurf shows up, and this leads to the episode turning point being a little bit on the bad side, where he freaks out because something is coming, and whoever is human on this thing is going to cause them to come. So what does he do? He shoots Bill.
Right in the chest. There's a giant hole in her chest.
And that scene, though, how they do it, that's where it cut. And then we go back into the past, where...
The Doctor is talking to his companions.
About this plan.
From which, he's talking about the plan, and he's talking to Bill about trying to prevent her from dying.
So basically, if this episode started with that, maybe that would have been foreshadowing. But they did it after.
Which is alright.
Which I did like, because it added, like, the Doctor just showing up into an adventure, and you didn't really know why until that moment. So that moment was needed. Because actually, that could have been the pre-title sequence. I bet you that was the pre-title sequence. And Moffat said, you know what? Let's throw this into there. That's what it felt like. Like, this was actually the pre-title sequence. But creeping people in hospital gowns show up and take Bill away.
And
Bye-bye, Bill.
In blue says that the people in the hospital gowns might be able to save her.
Which they do, but not in the way the Doctor wants. Because this basically is the rest of the episode where Bill wakes up and she now has this half of this thing on her, which is now her heart. Poor Bill.
So Bill goes around and tries to figure out what's going on and meets a man. A weird man. A different man. He's kind of insane.
Very, like, off-the-wall, like, kooky character.
Yes.
And I will not lie, once I saw his face, I'm like, John Sim.
Yep, of course.
That's John Sim. And it makes me think of a good point to this episode where, imagine if this episode didn't tell us that John Sim would be in there. There was no promotion that John Sim would be here. Imagine how big that last 10 minutes would have been.
That would have been huge.
Because that ending was so crazy with the Master being all secretive, like, oh, you know, like...
You sure you've never been here, Missy?
You've never been here before. Well, and then, you know, I like disguises because I am the Prime Minister. I love that reveal because it shows the Master. That's the Master to me, is a whole bunch of kooky disguises. But that does mean the Doctor did get down to that lower level. And what do they find when they get to the lower level? Well...
They find boots.
Boots in the shadows.
And then we realize they're attached to legs.
And the legs
are attached to a whole body.
Which turns out to be...
a Mondasian Cyberman.
Oh, that was an awesome reveal.
We kind of missed a big part.
Yes, we did. But I want to get to that first, so let's talk about that part we missed.
Well... You have to understand that with the idea of black holes and gravity,
yes,
the closer you get to the event horizon of a black hole, the slower time will move for you compared to the rest of the world.
Thank you, astronomy class.
Universe. Therefore, the people at the top of the ship, which is where the Doctor, Missy, and Nardole were moving at a much slower time than the people in the bottom of the ship, which is where the people in the hospital gowns and Bill and John Sims were.
Yep.
So 10 minutes for Missy and the Missy and the crew turned into years
for Bill.
For Bill and the rest of the people.
And I will tell you one thing. That moment where Bill got tricked to go was so, like, heartbreaking. Because I really like Bill as a companion.
And she walks into the room.
Like, you did this.
And she walks into the room thinking she's about to escape.
But nope.
And then the Doctor comes out. Well done, whatever John Sims' character was.
We're not talking about the Doctor. We're talking about the surgeon. Let's call him the surgeon. Was that his name? The guy with the glass. Call him the surgeon so people don't get you.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
The surgeon.
The surgeon comes out, and Bill's like, because she had trusted the Master. I'm going to call him the Master from now on.
Yep. We're calling him Mistress Master. Wow, this is going to get confusing next week. But go on.
And so the Master tricked Bill into going into the room to become a Mondasian Cyberman.
And that makes Bill the first Cyberman. It all revealed. I like that the Master was tricking. Like, Missy, you know who I am. You know who I am. So, do you like that reveal?
Yes,
of course. Was it a very good reveal?
I think I agree with what you said earlier, that it would have been much better if we didn't know that John Sims was in this episode.
I will still tell you.
Which I wouldn't have known if you hadn't have told me today earlier.
I thought you knew.
No.
I told you.
I didn't know what episode we were on. I didn't even know that...
Oh, that's right. I told you that he's appearing, but I didn't tell you which, so, you know. Yay.
I didn't even know tonight was the finale.
Hey, you're coming. It's the finale. Wait, what? Yeah.
Pretty much.
But I really it's awesome to have these two masters. But I think next week we're going to have a very dilemma going on, because this master seems very upset that Missy is turning good. So it's going to be a very interesting dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about this hospital that Bill is in. And we see the evolution of the Cybermen.
Yeah. That makes me wonder, does higher floors have different Cybermen?
That's a good question, considering that next week, in the trailers and even some promotional footage, we see different versions of the Cybermen, not these. We see the Cybrus, or the Litmos? Those Cybermen from Age of Steel.
Okay.
And we see the Nightmare and Stillverse Cybermen. So I'm really curious how these other Cybermen factor in. And I think you might be right. Each level is a different Cybermen group. Wouldn't it be cool? I don't think the BBC have budget, but imagine each level is the continual evolution of the Cybermen. So you got the Mondasians at the bottom, and you go all the way up to the Nightmare and Silver ones.
That would be amazing.
I would just... But we know the BBC could not make that many suits, right?
Yeah.
Now, these hospital gowns, people, you see them at their early stages, where they're pain, and how they go up.
That reminds me of the part where she says, "But look," where Bill says to the surgeon, "But look at them; they're all in pain."
Yeah.
And the surgeon brings out the headgear from the Mondasian Cybermen and says,
"This
will block all pain for you."
But she cried at the end.
She cried in the Cyberman suit.
So this is going to be very interesting next week. That's all I'm going to say.
Which answers a question I've had for a long time.
What?
Was there actually human inside of those fake-looking suits, or are we supposed to actually believe that those are made out of metal? But thank you for clearing that up, Moffat.
Thank you! So, let's talk about this. This episode could have obviously been called Genesis of the Cybermen. Do you agree?
I almost wish it would have.
I think that would have been a way better title.
Than whatever title they chose.
World Enough in Time.
What?
So, that was the title. World Enough in Time.
Yeah.
But now the biggest thing, though, I think about whenever I think of the Genesis of the Cybermen is from Big Finish. You knew we were going to talk about Big Finish eventually.
We have to. We love Big Finish.
But Spare Parts is the origin of the Cybermen. This version of the Cybermen, that's the origin story. Does this take away from that? The answer is no. Both of these stories can now live on their own. They're both origin of the Cybermen stories.
What's to say that one couldn't happen while the other one was happening?
To me, this is taking on a colony ship. The other is on their planet. So maybe these were the survivors of Mondas, leaving the planet. There's so many cool explanations to this, and that's what I like about it.
And remember what Missy said.
Yeah.
It's a humanoid planet. It looks almost a twin of Earth.
And I like that that's how they introduced Mondas in this series. Because many people might not know or seen the 10th Planet, which is Hartnell's last story, which is kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Basically two Cybermen stories. The first Doctor in that first regeneration cycle, and now the 12th in his first regeneration cycle. Because the 12th
Doctor is technically
the first
Doctor, or the second first Doctor.
They're both going out on a Cyberman. That is really cool.
Thank you, Moffat.
What I will say is this episode had some very tense moments. I was generally on my seat at some parts.
When one of the hospital gowned people comes up behind Bill and attempts to grab her.
And what's also really creepy is how you start seeing little the eyes start coming, or then the mouths. You see these things, and that was brilliantly directed. This episode was very creepy atmosphere, but it wasn't too creepy. It was a very balanced story. I love the setting of this story.
You get a feeling of desperation from the people there.
Yeah.
You get a feeling that they don't want to do this, but it must be done.
We must fight to survive. Like even the Master said to Bill when they walked out of the hospital. The air, it's not livable.
Yep.
So overall, we've rambled so much on this, but I did say I'm going to give you one more reference. Let's see if you catch it for our audience. So the surgeon was making Cybermen. The cyber surgeon making Cybermen. There you go, watcher. One more reference. Very badly done, but there you go. So, name that reference in the comments below if you got it, because we're not going to tell you here. So, let's do our overall thoughts. Watcher, since you returned this week, I'm going to let you go with your overall thoughts.
Overall thoughts. Well, I'd have to say it was a wonderfully done episode. It was a Cyberman story that felt fresh. It didn't feel like just the normal thing that we've had since the Tennant years.
Yep.
Of every Cyberman story following a general...
pattern.
General blueprint.
Yeah.
Every Cyberman story felt like it was cut from the same cloth.
Mm-hmm. And that's phenomenal.
The acting was phenomenal, and the set was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm having a hard time trying to find anything bad with this episode.
The only thing for me I can give bad, but that's just the BBC fault, so I'm not going to hold it to this episode, is the master reveal. I can't hold it to them. They wanted to show it to us. That was the big thing to get people to watch this episode. We all know it. So I'm not going to fault them on this.
Yeah. That's about the only thing I agree.
Yeah, but I'm not going to fault them on it. So what would you give the story out of 10?
I think I'm going to have to go with 10.
You're going to give it the almighty 10?
I think that this story was everything I'm looking for in Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. It melds the new series with the old series.
In a fantastic way.
And creates its own unique episode and atmosphere that makes it seem like it's its own thing.
Yeah.
It makes me really sad that the 12th Doctor is most likely leaving next episode.
Mm-hmm. Now that's the biggest question, though. Speaking of that, we should talk about it later on. But is Capaldi leaving next week? Because he is talked about the Christmas special. We still have that Christmas special, and they've always said that he stays till Christmas. I bet you something big's going to happen that's going to be it's going to lead into the Christmas special. You want to bet?
Yes.
This is a 3-parter. And I'm feeling that more because of one thing. The director who's doing these 2 episodes is also doing the Christmas special.
Okay, yep.
I really think it's going to be a long month till Christmas. It's going to be a long March till Christmas. Hey, I'm just full of bad puns today, voice of the watcher. But let's give my overall thoughts. Pretty much I share exactly what he says. I love the atmosphere of this episode. Peter Capaldi was an A-plus actor this episode. He was phenomenal. And Missy, she was just great in this episode. I don't know what to visit, but Missy is really good this season. I really liked her in this episode more than most of her other appearances. She's still a little bonkers, but she's a little bit more subdued, in my opinion. I like it. They found the blend. Also, the John Sim Master being back is awesome, and I especially love the little thing like, when you were me, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And I like that little hint. So imagine the audience member who didn't know John Sim would be back. The hints. Imagine their awesomeness about this.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the reveal of the Mondasian Cyberman. The build-up throughout this episode was A+. And I'm going to give the almighty 10 out of 10.
Wow.
This episode is what I liked about the Cybermen. They aren't men in metal. They're men who had to become something new. Who lost their emotions. That's what makes the Cybermen great to me. And this story showed it. It showed how the Cybermen are in pain. And all that. And I just liked it. This episode was great. It really was a good genesis of the Cyberman type of thing.
Of course, I have a gut feeling that next episode is going to do something that's going to anger us.
Be positive.
When it ends with Bill crying
yes,
in the Cyberman suit, it kind of makes you wonder if they're not going to try to bring her back.
Would you be really that angry, though, if they bring her back? Oh, right. That statement from last... Okay, well, that's it for tonight. I will see you guys for my next video. We're going to be doing... Well, I'm going to be talking about Class. Class overview for Series 1. Yay. Well, that's it for tonight. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Tell us your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
This is the Watcher's discombobulated voice floating out of the free zone. Wishing you all a fantastic...
I'm going to bring you back. It's just going to hurt a little bit.
Ow! Ah! No!
Hey, he's on the couch! Welcome back.
Are you sure I'm not a Zygon?
Now, no you aren't. That was the thing we did a long time ago with everything. But you know what I want now in Doctor Who merchandise? I want this. We need a little erase, we need a marker now on this. Do you agree?
Yes.
Would you like